doctor gonna write? Together we will fight.
Ilya Topuria says he wants Makhachev to beat Madalena so that he can move out to 170 and beat Makhachev and win a third belt. Interesting scenario, and interesting that the most interesting fight they could make at welterweight is between two non-welterweights, but you can't assume that Makhachev is going to beat Madalena. Madalena looked good against Bilal, pulled off the win as an underdog. And the welterweight division is the most interesting division right now. On any given day, 6 or 7 guys could be champion. I'd say welterweight's the most competitive right now, then bantamweight. I think it'd be more competitive if Murad wasn't shitting on everybody right now. And I'd say the worst division right now is heavyweight.
Happy day is your day today.
The UFC Abu Dhabi Fight Night card on the 26th of this month might be better than the pay-per-view this month, UFC 318. It has Whitaker, De Ridder, Jan McGee, Evloev Pico, Magomedov, Barrio, Mitchell, Nurmagomedov, and Salikov Liao. Daniel Cormier says he would have picked John Jones to beat Tom Aspinall because Aspinall has no experience fighting long fights. He's either fought 1 round or 2 rounds. He's never even been to the 3rd round, and in a 5-round championship fight, that would be advantageous to John Jones.
Gun to my head, I would have said John Jones will beat him right now. I would have said he'll probably beat him right now. Because guess what? Tom has never been pushed into those championship rounds. Right. But if Tom gets to those once he gets to those championship rounds, even now, say Cyril Gane pushes him 25 minutes. And if he beats Cyril Gane, but he learns to go 25 minutes where that first time you feel that, I gotta get up off that stool after the 3rd round. Yo, Tom hasn't gotten off the stool for a 3rd round.
We saw that Francis Ngannou Stipe.
Exactly. That's the comp. Francis, when he fought Stipe and he went to try to knock him out, by the middle of the fight, Francis looking like he saw a ghost.
Right.
Francis breathing out of his mouth and nose. How you breathe out of your mouth and nose at the same time? Francis doesn't manage to create a whole different way of breathing. And I love Francis.
Hey, don't talk about my brother like that.
Come on.
Yeah.
We talked about it. He laughed at it himself. Francis breathing out of his nose and mouth at the same time. It's like, shit, I'm exhausted. Big Frank, like, exhausted. But then when he fought Cyril, Big Frank knew, leave a little bit in the tank. Yeah. I got to make sure I'm okay. Then by the 3rd round, he wrestled. He's so fresh that he wrestled because he learned how to go 25 minutes. You needed to fight Tom now when he doesn't have that experience, especially as John
They agree
Jones.
the best strategy for Jones would have been to use a lot of clinching and grappling and wrestling and try and tire out Aspinall a little bit to take some of the pop from his punches and his explosiveness.
John's game plan in that fight would be to counter him, but counter him through wrestling.
And just grab him and hold on to him.
Make him work.
There's nothing, even if you're just in the clinch with Tom Aspinall, dragging on him, holding him, pushing him in, kneeing him, grabbing his leg. When he defends, come back up to his body. Grab his leg. When he defends, come back up to his body. And just keep him in the clinch for 5-10 minutes. Dudes like that, they'll have about 7 to 8 minutes to be super dangerous.
Right.
And then they start to kind of, the danger level is like not as high.
Happy day is your day today.
Molly McCann just recently retired from MMA, but now she's boxing. She just signed with Matchroom Boxing.
The right time for me to leave the sport of MMA, so I chose to leave the sport now, and I had a career waiting for me in boxing. I was in and out of the boxing gym growing up because I like to fight, I like to punch. I'll fight anyone, wherever, whenever.
Arman Tsarukyan hosts Makhachev, becomes a champ at 170, and Arman becomes a champ at 155, and then they one day fight to make that fight even bigger.
He deserved to be a two times world champion, 2 times UFC, two weight class champion. So I'm just happy for him, and I hope he's gonna be 2 times champ, and I'll become a 155 champ, and we will fight.
Yeah,
that's the best case for him.
Arman Tsarukyan is going to be helping Khamzat Chimaev for his training camp for his fight next month against Dricus du Plessis. Even though Arman's a 155er and Khamzat's a 185er, he still sees value in having Arman as a training partner for this camp.
Yeah, it's like I think 7 weeks. He's supposed to come July 15, but he called me 1 week ago, bro. I'm coming June 30. I said, bro, I'll be out I'll be in Thailand. He said, okay, I'm gonna rest a couple days. When you come back, we will start. But I saw like a picture. He already started to train. He doesn't want to rest even.
Ilya Topuria might be fighting Paddy Pimblett next. Obviously, nothing is set yet. He just fought, but that might be the next fight for him. He sees a first-round finish against him, and he'll choose what he wants to do. He thinks he can sub him easily. He thinks he can knock him out easily as well.
To be honest, I think it's one of the easiest fights that I could have in
lightweight division. Because I don't know, I can do with him whatever I want to do in reality. It's like it's very excited fight for the fans.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna enjoy a lot the whole process, and at the same time, it's a fight where I'm gonna be able to shine once again. I promise you, I could like choose the way I want to finish.
First round?
Be like, that's for sure. He's not gonna stay there for more than one round with me. But I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be cool to submit him in the ground with a triangle choke from the mount, something like that. Like as I told him, put my in his forehead.
Talking about resting his balls on his forehead. Again, copying Conor McGregor's quote that he said against Chad Mendes. Right now, Topuria is ranked number 1 pound for pound. He moved up 2 spots to the number 1 position after his win over the weekend.
It's always nice and great when you get those kind of recognitions and they put you as a number 1 fighter in the world, the pound for pound number 1. That's something great. Not many people can say that. So I'm very proud about that fact.
Jack Della Maddalena did well with the takedown defense against Belal Muhammad and anti-wrestling techniques, but some feel, like Jorge Masvidal, that you can't compare Makhachev's wrestling to Belal Muhammad's.
I've seen Islam, bro. He's a big guy. He's sucking out a lot of weight to get to 55. I think he might start doing better at 70. Problem is though, Jack is special. We're gonna see just how special he is if he beats Islam Jack, number 1 pound per. Wow, that's impressive. You know, I'm leaning towards Islam, brother.
Oh, really?
You know, but I really think it's gonna be a tough fight for him, but a great fight, man.
Jack was able to defend takedown attempts by Belal.
Belal has the best cardio in MMA, but Belal doesn't have Islam's technique. Not same technique. Not same. Very good, very aggressive. Belal never stops. A dog. Attack. But Islam is like smart, man. Boom. You know, Islam's level of wrestling is above. Stand-up game is improving. I don't think he could go stand-up in the beginning with Jack. Jack has way better hands, way better range, faster, stronger. But as the rounds go on later and later, he could do.
Gregory Rodriguez landed a couple extra shots after Jack Hermanson was knocked out. Jack had no problem with it. Some fans had a problem with it, but Gregory Rodriguez doesn't care.
The people start talking and say, you don't even gonna say sorry, man. I can't say sorry. I don't have a problem with that. But, man, like I said, man, I'm just gonna do my work, and it is what it is. Like, you know, that was my night. That probably, you know, if in the other side, if he do the same, man, I will be the first guy to clap and say, man, congrats, bro. You was the best.
Is this doctor gonna write?